Hello FPV community. I wanted to share with you a flight that I performed on March 27th, 2021. It was 9.63 miles, which is 15.49 km. We started at the launch site on the right side and ended up at the landing site 9.63 miles away. And here we go. It was my brother and I. He was my spotter, and it was a fantastic day, as you can see. So we flew along this road at an altitude of about 100 feet, and you can see that the drone kind of jerked back and forth there. There it is again. That was me trying to engage the cruise control, and I haven't flown this drone very much, and I'm still trying to get familiarized myself with the drone, and so that's what that was. It was just pilot error, and we're on our way. I'm flying at 30 miles per hour and 100 feet altitude. Having the cruise control makes these tests super easy. I love that feature. So we are at 1 mile. Video is perfect, and radio control is perfect as well. So I wanted to give you a background as to why I'm doing this flight. So I am developing an antenna specifically designed for the DJI FPV drone, and it is designed to have a great connection at all distances, much better than the stock antennas that you bought with the unit. So that's what we're here to prove, to see how far we can go. It's beautiful out here in Lucerne Valley. They have a population of about 6,000 people. But man, this morning when we arrived about 6 in the morning. It was 31 degrees. Pretty chilly for California. We're coming up to 2 miles at this next T in the road. Video's still great. Radio control, no issues. So the image that you're viewing is the recording from the goggle, and the reason that is important is because we're trying to determine if the connection between the drone and the goggle is stable. So you won't be seeing any kind of footage from the drone. This is only the footage that recorded on the goggle, just so we're clear. And I'm very sorry for the long video, but I'm purposely showing the video at normal speed. I'm not speeding it up at all because I want you to see the quality of the video being fed back to the goggle. Everything is great. Connection is stable. RC control is also stable. We're coming up to 3 miles and everything is stable still. Video's good, RC control's good, and I purposely left the sound of the props in this video so that you can kind of hear the motors throughout the entire flight. So we just hit the return to home limit. The software is saying that we need to return home because we don't have enough battery. But nope, we're going to cancel that and we're going to keep going forward. So that was the shaking that you saw, was the drone going into return to home. And I'm really sorry guys that I cannot show you OSD on the screen, the on-screen display, because at this current moment DJI does not allow you to export that information out to a file or just physically through like another means like HDMI. We just can't export that information, so only the person that's looking through the goggle can see all of that telemetry. So I just wanted to make that clear, and sorry about that guys. Alright, HD feed is perfect, no issues. RC control also is perfect, and we're coming up to 4 miles. Awesome. We're at the 4 mile mark. So just a little bit of history. In 2017 I developed a prototype antenna for the Connex HD system. During that time I was able to fly 5 miles with virtually no breakup, and that was at a time when most people were not having a good result with the system at all. Unfortunately, Connex did not survive and my antenna was never produced, so that was that. But now this is a different ball game. It's a different drone, and we are testing the limits of what is possible with the new OcuSync 3.0. So we just hit the 5 mile mark and our video is stable. RC control is great. We are at the midpoint of the 2 mountain ranges. So let's talk about batteries. The stock battery on the DJI drone is a 2000 milliamp battery, and I hovered it in front of my home for 14 minutes. That's all I can get out of it. 14 minutes hover. Now I added a 1100 milliamp battery and mounted it on top of a 3D printed mount that screws into the drone, and I was able to add 6 more minutes. So I went from 14 minutes to 20 minutes, and that makes all the difference. But I think I can go further with a different type of battery. So I have some lithium ion batteries that I'm going to be testing, and we'll see if I can get it to hover more than 20 minutes. So we are at the 6-mile mark now, and video is great and RC control is great. This is fantastic. One of my buddies asked me, "How did you find this place?" Well, it's because I became very familiar with this area when I was scoping out a area where we could have a drone race. And in 2017, in October, we had a desert drone race where a lot of top pilots came out, like Serge and his team came out, Serge from Pyro Drone, and it was just a blast. We were there for 3 days, camping, barbecuing, flying long range up the mountain, and during the day we were just ripping hard on a pretty cool track that was huge. It was a blast. I'd love to do that again, but it was a ton of work organizing that race. And we are at 7 miles. And man, my heart is pumping at this moment because we're far away. We're at the point of no return. But the reality is, video's perfect. We haven't seen a single blip, a single problem. This is amazing. Video's great, RC control's great, no complaints. So what kind of an antenna is this? It is a dual band antenna which operates on 5 gigahertz and 2.4 gigahertz, and it's a patch antenna, so it magnifies the antenna forward wherever you point it. And as you can see, the results are spectacular. Okay, we just experienced our first little blip, a little glitch, pixelation, distortion, but it's clear. HD's fine, RC control's fine, and we are at 8 miles. We just hit the 8-mile mark, and we've only had one little tiny blip the entire time. This is amazing, guys. Who would have thought that you could just walk into a Best Buy, buy the DJI FPV drone, and send it out this far with minor modifications? Man, we're getting close now. Whew. 8.5 miles. And I can see that mountain range where we have to go to. It's getting close now. We're almost there. And we are at 9 miles. We officially reached 9 miles. As you can see, the HD feed is great. RC control is great. This is... wow. I don't know what to say anymore. This is amazing. And I've got my buddy Brett waiting in the distance, waiting to pick up the drone. We dropped him off about an hour ago and drove 10 miles the opposite direction to do this flight. Battery's running super low now, and you'll start hear the motors are gonna start making a different noise because I'm getting a notification in the goggles saying that battery is insufficient, and it's not landing, it's just telling me that the battery is insufficient. See that? Those little bobbles. It's having trouble. It's getting the wiggles. But we are almost there. Oh my gosh. .6 miles, man. Oh, there he is down there. You can see him in the distance. All by himself in the middle of the desert. Man, this drone's shaking. Look at it just oscillate. It just doesn't have enough power anymore. It's having trouble. I can't, Captain. I can't do it anymore. It's okay. You did a good job. You did a fantastic job. DJI FPV Drone, you're amazing. Paired with the antenna that we are developing, wow. This antenna is a must-have for those people that want the best connection possible with the DJI FPV drone. I can't believe I flew 10 miles with no breakup. The limiting factor was the battery, which means we can probably go more. How much more? With no breakup. I apologize for the video being so lengthy, but I wanted to make sure that you had all the data in front of you. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.